Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be going over all information surrounding the Mansions DLC, including the release date and time, how much money is the DLC going to cost, how you're going to get the discount on the mansion and get some free money as well, and what's included with the update. So let's go ahead and get into it with the release date and the time the DLC is actually releasing. So the release date is Wednesday, December 10th, which is very strange because Rockstar always drops DLCs on Tuesdays. Call me crazy, but I think we may just be getting some GTA 6 news on Tuesday. Call me crazy, don't shoot the messenger, don't get too hyped up, but the last time a DLC dropped on a Wednesday was all the way back in 2021 with the Contract DLC. So it's strange that they haven't done it for like 4 years, but now they're randomly doing it right after the GTA 6 delay and right after they pull a full switcheroo on us with the new update. We thought this was going to be maybe not so great, and it turned out it's got Michael in it, and we're getting all kinds of stuff, so I don't know. Now, Rockstar always releases their DLC at 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is my time zone, which I've converted to all major time zones. That'll appear on your screen right now, so find your time zone, and that's when it's going to come out for you. Now, this is the time the DLC should become available to download, unless you've pre-installed it. Pre-install is only really available for console, so if you're on PC, you're kind of out of luck. Occasionally, it'll be a little bit late, especially on PC. Sometimes you may have to wait up to about 30 minutes, which is what I usually have to do, before you can begin downloading the update. And this is largely dependent on what platform you have GTA from. So if you have Steam, it'll typically take a few minutes. I usually have to wait quite a while for the DLC to come out on Steam, sometimes up to half an hour, usually less, but sometimes it's that long. However, if you have it through the Epic Games launcher, it usually releases fairly quickly in my experience. So there you have it. DLC's coming out at these times again on screen right now. Find your time zone. That's when it's coming out for you on Wednesday, December 10th. Now the big question. How much is this DLC gonna cost? Now, I broke this down already in a separate video, which is why I didn't want to make a whole new video for it. So I thought I'd just very briefly include it in this one. Now, how I'm getting these figures is by adding up the totals of some of the past DLCs that we've had. The most expensive one of them all being Agents of Sabotage, where it cost a total of $49 million to purchase everything included in the DLC. That's not including like vehicle upgrades and stuff like that, but there were 14 vehicles in that DLC and everything else that was included. Added up to about 49 mil. The second most expensive was Bottom Dollar Bounties at almost 48 million, and that was for 16 vehicles. Money Fronts cost $34,500,000 for 10 vehicles. The Chop Shop DLC was just over 40 million with 16 vehicles, and San Andreas Mercenaries was 28.9 million with 14 vehicles. Now this DLC, we have quite a bit of information. Now, these are the facts that we know about this update so far from the trailers and from the newswire information that Rockstar has revealed to us. Now we have 12 new vehicles confirmed at least. Now, 10 of these were shown in the DLC trailer. Typically, they don't show that many new vehicles in the DLC trailer, which makes me hopeful that we're going to get a lot of drip feed vehicles with this as well. Now, only 10 vehicles were shown in the trailer. How did I get the 12 number? Well, Rockstar also said that at least 2 police vehicles are going to be added to the game because they said law enforcement vehicles. So there's going to be at least 2 of them. So that's where the 12 number comes from. Likely going to be probably more like 14 to 18 vehicles, I'm going to say, in total, but we'll just have to see. Now, Rockstar never plays their whole hand as far as the vehicles go in the trailers and everything included within the update in the trailer. It's just a teaser at the end of the day, so probably going to be quite a few vehicles in this update. Now, there's also going to be some other expensive things going on with this update. There's going to be non-weaponized aircraft getting missile lock-on jammers. There's new HSW vehicles and drift tunable vehicles also confirmed. The mansions are featuring many different upgrades and potential to expand them, likely. There's also going to be pets, obviously, which are getting added to the game. And something that I haven't seen many people talk about is that they still have not shown the mansion that is below the Vinewood sign. We have no idea what it actually looks like. Now, is it likely that it's going to be another copy and paste of Devin Weston's? Yes. However, it might not be. And based on the fact they haven't shown it yet, kind of leads me to believe that it might be unique in some regard at least. Now, another thing that I'm factoring into the pricing for this update is the fact that they're giving out the free $1 million and the $2 million discount for completing the VIP missions. They're also giving out $20 million to certain creators as a lump sum to help cover the DLC costs so that people can cover it. So I think that's also pretty telling. Now, I would say in total, the DLC is likely going to cost $50 million to $55 million to get everything. And I'm talking absolutely everything on day one. I'm talking lock-on jammers, I'm talking HSW upgrades, I'm talking all the cars, mansion fully upgraded, probably between $50 and $55 million. Now, when everything releases with the DLC, all the drip feed content and everything, I think it's probably going to land closer to about $65 or $70 million in total once all the content is out. But probably that's not going to happen for at least a couple months. So if you have around 50 mil right now, you're probably looking pretty good, but you should definitely try to make as much money as you possibly can before the update comes out so that you can try to get as much as you possibly want. This leads me to the next point, which is how to get those discounts that I mentioned in the last point. Now, this has been available for about 3 weeks, maybe even a month now, but Rockstar added some missions back in November as a precursor to this DLC that if you complete by December 7th, which is today, the day this video is going out, so by midnight tonight, you need to have these done. Now, for doing those, you're going to receive a $1 million bonus, and you're also going to get a $2 million discount on purchasing your first mansion. These missions are extremely simple. I will link TGG's guide in the description of the video because I think he made a really good video and it's super short about these missions. So definitely try to do them right now, like as soon as possible. I did them on easy mode. I've also done them on hard mode. Hard mode was actually mildly challenging, so I'd probably recommend doing them on normal for a good mix of like getting a payout out of it on top of the bonus $1 million, but also not being like too terribly difficult. So I'd recommend doing normal difficulty. If not, do hard mode, whatever, maybe do easy. Depending on how fast you want to do the missions, select your difficulty accordingly. The final thing we got to go over is what's included in the new update. And we have a plethora of features coming into the game. So obviously we have mansions. We have new improvements to manage businesses within the mansions. We have an AI assistant that can help you. Not exactly sure with what yet. Probably business related stuff, but maybe even other personal things like delivering you cars or helping you to sort your garages or something like that. Who knows? But an AI assistant, which is going to be pretty cool. The mansion also does have a master control terminal available for it, and it's got at least a 20-car garage. It might have multiple floors. We don't know yet, but the reason that I think it's a 20-car garage is because we've got 2 separate screenshots of this garage, one from seemingly either side. So I think it's going to be a 20-car garage in total, but it might have multiple floors. Who knows? Fingers crossed it has multiple floors. I really need more garage space, to be honest. Even if it's 20, still 20. That's good. You know what I mean? We're also getting a new trophy room with the mansion. Not sure if it's going to be optional or if it's going to be included in the mansion. We're also getting a nightclub inside the mansion as well. Again, not sure if it's going to be included or if it's going to be an upgrade. We've also had mention of a private security detail. Maybe they're going to help with raids on your businesses, or you'll be able to take them out with you when you go into free mode for some personal protection. Maybe they'll help you out with missions and stuff like that. Not really sure. The only thing similar to this that we have in GTA is the Merryweather backup helicopter, which sucks. So not exactly sure how this private security detail is going to work, but I hope it's cool, and I think it probably will be. Now, we do have a rooftop helipad confirmed by Rockstar as well on the newswire. To spawn in Pegasus vehicles, I would assume at least they've shown the Velatus, which is a Pegasus vehicle, and they've shown that multiple times, but maybe we'll even be able to spawn in personal aircraft from this location. Not 100% sure, but at least Pegasus vehicles I would say is highly likely. I'm assuming this will work similarly to the CEO office where you can leave in a vehicle. Same with the agency. Probably going to be similar to that. We're also getting a barber shop inside the mansion, as well as a customizable interior look. We have 3 options that we know of so far. Not sure if we're going to get more or not, but these are the 3 options you guys can see here on screen. We have option 1, option 2, and option 3. Not sure which one I like the best, probably option 1 to be honest, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. You also have a podium to display one of your most prized vehicles inside, or really any vehicle you want, but I'm going to be putting my Canis Seminole on there, I think that's what I've decided, so I look forward to doing that. We also have an optional weapon workshop, arcade, and vehicle workshop available for your mansion as well. So that's everything to do with the actual mansions themselves, but what else are we getting? Well, Michael DeSanta is returning to GTA Online after 12 years, guys. Unreal. Can't believe that we're actually getting that. That's pretty crazy. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be able to own pets. Not exactly sure how this is going to work. Probably going to cost money, though. That's my assumption. It looks like we can own dogs, confirmed by the kennel in the screenshot that you guys can see here on the screen in the background. Maybe cats? Fingers crossed. Hoping we can get cats. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But there's also going to be many new activities at the mansion, like working out, as you guys can see. Not sure if this is going to give us any sort of a bonus for working out. Are we going to get paid? Are we going to get RP? Are we going to max out the strength stat? Who knows? But we're also seemingly going to be able to do yoga as well, which doesn't really interest me too much, but I guess it's cool to be able to do that. I don't know. We'll see. Just to touch on this one more time, we have at least 12 vehicles coming into the game with this update that we know of so far. 2 or more potential law enforcement vehicles, as Rockstar stated on the newswire. We're also getting new drift tunable vehicles. We're getting new HSW capable vehicles and new unarmed planes with missile lock-on jammers. That's pretty cool. I think that's going to be a pretty big upgrade. It's going to make a lot of those unarmed planes a lot more viable to use, I think. Although you can still get cannoned by like a Raiju, so not really sure how much this is going to help overall. But I guess it'll be kind of cool. I don't know. We'll have to see. But without getting into the like nitty gritty of it and going over every single room that's going to be in the mansion, like the vault and the movie theater and all that sort of stuff, that's essentially what's included in the new update as far as we know. That's also been how to get the discounts, and that's also how much I think the mansions will cost for the entire DLC. And of course, when it's going to drop. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. Try to make it as short as possible so you can just get through the info quickly and get everything you need to know. I'm going to be live streaming the update the day that it comes out for the first time ever. Super excited. Also a little bit nervous about that. I've never streamed an update. Not exactly sure how I'm going to tie it in with what I normally do, but I hope to see you in my live stream. Of course, I'm going to be covering everything to do with this update, anything to do with the new missions that are seemingly coming with the DLC, everything to do with the mansion, and of course all the new vehicles and everything like that, and really everything in between. So really looking forward to it, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Leave a like if you found it helpful or useful, dislike if you didn't, of course, and consider subscribing to my channel if you guys are new. Again, covering everything to do with mansions. So hope to see you in the live stream on Wednesday. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Peace.